Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Maya Gems here, back with the shenanigans. Yes, and here we're going to be filming another slurp and chill. I really should find another name, but honestly, I promise, I will actually slurp one day. It's just that, you know, like, I haven't been in the mood to eat ramen, which is kind of weird, you know. Like, I finally bought, you know, the ramen that I usually eat, and I haven't, like, I had it once and I'm just not really craving it yet. So yeah, slurp and chill mukbangs are technically eat and chill mukbangs. So maybe I'll just change the name to Eat and Chill, but I like Slurp and Chill. It just sounds better. It sounds cooler. But who knows? We'll see what happens. So we have Slurp or Eat and Chill today. I have plans. And we're going to have some sushi. So the sushi actually came from campus because, you know, homegirl don't got time to order sushi from anywhere else. It was right there. I've been craving sushi, so I got this one. I think it's the shrimp tempura one. Yeah, it's the shrimp tempura roll. I have an avocado roll, but, you know, I bought two. But I think, honestly, I'm most likely going to finish this one. If you really want a close-up view, I can give that to you. Trying to figure out where the camera is. Ridiculous. Without flipping my tempura roll on the floor. Yeah. Yep. So that's it. Yeah, it has some eel sauce and some other sauce. I guess it's the tempura sauce on it. I've used. Haha. So I was trying to be cute. Ooh, toilet paper covered clutch? What? That cleaned that up way too thick. Maybe I've been using too much toilet paper in my bathroom. Anyway, so I was trying to be cute and tried to put it in, like, reuse, like, a container that I had from a parfait to put it in, you know, but I guess there's a hole somewhere because it leaked straight out. So, idea omitted. We're just going to use the container that covered the tempuras. The shrimp tempura, like I always do. You know, it doesn't look really pretty, but it does the trick. So yeah. So we're going to go in right now because I'm actually hungry. Do not make a fun of my chopsticks game. I am left-handed, 1. And 2, sometimes I miss. It's been a while since I used chopsticks, so don't come at me.
Do not come at me.
So we're gonna dip in here. And, ooh, I got it on my hand. I'm gonna show you. Yes. Ooh, it's dripping. Now we're gonna eat. Anyone, I missed this. Oh my god. The sushi on campus is honestly not bad. Sometimes, like, the rice might be overcooked a bit, so when you eat it, it's a little hard, per se, but sometimes they do a good job. Like now. Maybe I'm just hungry, but they did a good job. So my water bottle's back. I wonder if you can see it now. You kind of can, so to speak. It's full of water today because that's what I need in my life, some hydration. And I lost my straw in the process, so we're drinking it straight from the bottle. Water, A1. Got my shot. So, today's topic actually is going to be an interesting topic that I know a lot of people might actually have a lot to say about in the anime community. So, it's kind of like a mixture of my unpopular opinions, kind of, because this is one of my, I guess you could say, one of my unpopular opinions. Something I find very true, but many people out there don't, especially in the anime community. So, I'm ready for the backlash. It's alright. So, what I want to actually talk about is actually the Bleach anime. So, the popular opinion out there is that Bleach anime and some people the manga was just dead trash or horrible. To my opinion, what are you talking about? Like, for me, Bleach was legitimately a really good manga and in many cases a really good anime. Now hear me out. It's not that bad. That's what I mean. Yeah, there were parts in the anime that I felt like were dragged on too long. And yes, I feel like, there were parts in it where, like, there were a lot of fillers. That's what, a lot of people's, reaction to everything is. There were just too many fillers in the anime. Now, I'm not going to deny that. I cannot deny that because legitimately there was a whole side story about the Soul Society that I was just, like, I got almost confused in because I just didn't know where it stemmed from. And then when it went back to the original storyline, because I watched Bleach first. I fell upon Bleach when I started watching, older anime back again. So I started watching One Piece and I watched that from the beginning to end. And then I fell into Bleach because I like long animes. If you don't, I will not recommend One Piece, especially if you're a newer, you're trying to get into anime. You're new to anime. There we go. I would not recommend you trying to go for long animes. If you're not the type to want to binge watch shows and stuff like that, then One Piece and Bleach is not your go-to. Do not do it to yourself. Don't even try, okay? Like, I find that if you like to binge watch shows and you don't want things to end immediately, like I do, when a show ends for me, it's like the end of the world. Because what am I going to watch next? Like, it becomes one of those things, it's just like, the world is ending. My show ended. Now what am I going to do with my life? Like, there's no other show like it. Like, that's my life. That's literally how I feel every time I watch something. It's just like, I don't want it to end. So, longer animes work for me because it prolongs the inevitable. Which I guess is worse because technically I know it's going to end and I'm waiting for the end to happen. And if the end is disappointing, then it makes me even more sad because I know there's no other continuation of it. Never thought of it. The story of my life, people. The story of my life. But anyway. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So I cannot deny that there were some parts of Bleach, the anime especially, that had me wondering who was behind the creation of this anime because... So yeah, so I'm not gonna deny that there were some parts of Bleach that had me a little befuddled. But I cannot, take away from the fact that it is a good anime. Like, and that it didn't get enough justice. One, the anime ends before Ichigo even really becomes an amazing Soul Reaper. Like, it only got through to the first 2 or 3 stages, I think, of his transformations. But he becomes way more in the manga, and I feel like he was never given a fair chance. Like, not one bit. Like, gosh, it's so frustrating because it's like, Bleach had the potential to be an amazing anime. And the thing is, what is so amazing about it is the fact that if you actually, go with an unbiased opinion and start watching Bleach, you realize that it actually started off so good. Like, I've watched Bleach over 6 times now because of the fact that whenever I can't think of an anime that I want to watch, and I just want something to just watch just for humor's sake or just to watch for adventure, I always turn to Bleach because unlike One Piece, where it's just starting from the beginning kind of feels a little hard because there's over 700 episodes. Yes, there's over 700 episodes. I mean, the same kind of applies for Naruto, but yeah, but it's not on the same caliber. Like, whenever I think about rewatching One Piece, it's just I already know what happens. I could care less. But for Bleach, it just always feels like a new adventure every time. I think it's because of the fact that, for me, Bleach is more, it has a humor behind it. There was always a humor behind the characters. Mitsuka, I forgot what her name. I forgot some of the characters' names. The little teddy bear. Honestly, all of them just had, their own personalities that just made the show the show. I don't know if I'm biased because also Bleach is one of the first shows that I kind of got into that actually had a POC character that I actually enjoyed. Pokemon did too. I forgot his name. And I used to just watch just for him because he was funny. Brock. I literally, when Brock was introduced to Pokemon, and mind you, I'm telling you this right now, if you were to ask me if I was a Pokemon fan, I would say no, because I kind of really wasn't. I dabbled in it. I watched for a while, and then I just dabbled. Whatever it showed on television, I would watch, just because. But to say that I really was a fan of Pokemon, no. But I was a fan of Brock, though, because he was, the only POC there was, and I found him so cute for no reason. Ash was just, a little kid to me. I was just okay, go somewhere. Bye. Take Pikachu and run. Go. But Bleach was one of the first shows, I legitimately watched and felt in tune with, the characters, but not only that, fell in love with Yoruichi, which she is a POC character, and that is something, I'm not gonna lie, was at the time rare to see within animations in itself, so I was very happy to see Yoruichi, and I maybe could be a little biased because of it. I don't think so. I just find she's a mom character. I feel like even if she was a different color with the same personality, I would still love Yoruichi because she's a cat, and who doesn't like felines? I do. I sure do. I love felines. I know, like, if I was reincarnated, I would most likely be a cat. Mainly because I'm just so in tune with them. Like, everyone that says they hate cats, there must be something wrong with you. Like, seriously. Oh, cats are evil. What did you do to the cat to make the cat have to scratch you? You know, I mean, I'm not gonna deny that there's some evil animals out there. Like, we're not going to deny that. And we're also not going to deny that when a cat is angry or irritated, it likes to take it out on innocent people sometimes. So we're not going to deny that either. But 9.8 times out of 10, when a cat attacks someone or a cat scratches, it could be either for two reasons. It's an accident. They didn't realize that, you know, they had that kind of strength. Because sometimes they really do not realize, you know, they're trying to play with you. In reality, you didn't realize that their nails grew or something like that. Or it had nails at all. Because some people are dumb like that, not to realize that cats have claws. Like, there's a possibility you could get scratched if it's playing a certain way. So, you know, it's that possibility. Or you did something to make the cat mad and the cat retaliated against you. It's one or the other. So, for all those who hate cats, you should, like, really think back on the situation. Think back to when you had your first experience with that cat. You sure you didn't do anything to make it mad? You sure you weren't pulling at its tail? You sure you weren't, like, you know, scratching it in the wrong place? Like, you sure you weren't doing anything to agitate it to the point where it actually wanted to hurt you? Because being a human being, there are people out there like that, and that I want to scratch. Let's think about it for a second. What makes it so different for a cat? At least for a cat, you know, it's all instinct. For human beings, we have something called, I don't want to say sense, or sensibility, I guess you could say, or it's like something blocking that kind of instinct to be like, oh, something called a conscience. To be like, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't curse her out. No, you should not bite her head off. No, you should not take that knife and do something that you're going to regret. Like, but cats don't got that. See, they don't got conscience. Why would they need it? So when you get scratched, you can't complain. Like, that was all you. You caused your own demise. And then want to turn around and say you hate cats for life. You don't have that right. Not one bit. So unless you do have the right, like, you had an experience where the cat really, like, yeah, you bumped into that cat. Like, that cat that ruined your whole life, but you didn't ruin the cat's life. Then I understand. Then I'll give you that. But if you know full well you did something to that cat, you're omitted. That's whole. You're done. Like, I don't want to hear it no more. Like, you caused your mess, and they want to blame it on all cats. Sit in your corner, sip on your tea. Just keep that energy, keep those vibes. Oh my god. So we all know there's people out there doing it. But seriously. So, yeah. So as I was saying, I got wasabi on this. And I realized the wasabi, the wasabi got stuck to the end. I was like, where is the wasabi? I see the ginger. I've been placing it on some food, like some of the sushi. Okay, you don't want to work with me today? Okay. Oh, yeah, I was placing it on some of the sushi. But I couldn't find the wasabi. Not realizing it was stuck to one of the pieces. Like, all I had to do was look at the camera. Maybe I would have saw that. But, oh well. So, yeah, as I said, I cannot deny that Bleach had its bocce places. But you can't just dub a whole entire, like, manga, like, a whole series based on the fact that directors and animators decided to bosh or like make it a mess, pretty much. Like, you can't do that. Like, I personally feel like there were wonderful parts of Bleach that everybody overlooks, and he immediately turns around and says, "Oh, it's such a horrible anime. Like, never watch it." No, do watch it. You know, like, everyone has their different opinions and different, like, likes. But to turn around and turn people off because of the fact that, yes, there's a lot of fillers, and yes, it didn't get finished. But I feel like if people were to actually watch it and understand the appreciation behind Bleach, and, you know, how amazing the story, like, the actual storyline itself, not the fillers, but the storyline itself was that good. The characters were that good. It's unfortunate that the characters' development didn't get, you know, fully processed within the anime. But I feel like because of the fact that I got to watch the anime made me really want to actually read the manga and actually find out what happened to these characters. You know what I mean? Personally, I feel like if there was enough people actually supporting Bleach and saying that, you know, it could have had a moment in the sun, that, you know, there could have been a reboot of Bleach, like they're having a reboot of Fruit Baskets. When I heard, let me tell you, we're going to put down the chopsticks for this one. When I heard they were doing a reboot of Fruit Baskets, I literally had to sit there and be like, for real? Like, this is happening? Like, they're really about to reboot Fruit Baskets? Like, Fruit Baskets, the anime, like, because when I first, like, people were talking about Fruit Baskets when I started getting back into anime, and I was just like, okay, let me go watch it. I'm not going to lie to you. Fruit Baskets, the original animation, was trash to me. Like, let's not go down this road, but rabbit hole. But I don't know if it's unpopular opinions or not, but Fruit Baskets, do not ask me to watch that thing over again. Like, I never touched it from the... I like to watch things in entirety. I like to dabble in things so that I can turn around and say, I ain't doing that, and I'm never going to do that again. So I watched Fruit Baskets in its entirety, and I literally sat there and said, why did I waste my time? Like, if I really wanted to watch a 90s anime that, like, really makes me feel good, is Boys Over Flowers. Like, I could have done that, which I promise you, I promise 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%, most likely, like, I'm most likely going to talk about Boys Over Flowers in a separate mukbang all in itself. My obsession with Boys Over Flowers. Like, it will be a mukbang. It will be a mukbang. It will be a mukbang. I don't know if I did talk about it in my first video, but honestly, my first Slippery Chill, I want to say I'm going to omit it anyway. So, I need to have an official mukbang just talking about Boys Over Flowers. Like, I can talk for hours just on Boys Over Flowers because of how much I love it. Okay, we are talking about Bleach today. Let's stay on Bleach. But if Fruit Baskets, which I hated, can actually get a reboot, and I'm actually going to watch the reboot just to see if it got any better, because I'm not much of, like, a drama type anime watcher. Like, not really. Like, it has to be really realistic drama, and it can't be like, I don't want to say stupid drama, because technically not Boys Over Flowers, Nana was kind of like that, and I actually really liked Nana, but Fruit Baskets, it rubbed me the wrong way. It just did, and I had to deal with it. So I'm a little in the middle, ambivalent about the new reboot that's coming out. Like, I'm a little excited to see which way they're about to turn for this particular like what angle they're gonna go on. If it's gonna be similar. Wow. If it's gonna be similar to, you know, the original, what they're taking from it. Is the graphics going to be different? I'm sure it is. But just in general. But if Fruit Baskets can get its own reboot, I feel like it might take a lot, but I feel like Bleach could have its own as well. But the only reason why I feel like Fruit Baskets got a reboot in the first place was because so many people backed up Fruit Baskets. You know what I mean? Like, people weren't just bashing Fruit Baskets. People were like, Fruit Baskets is a good manga. Like, Fruit Baskets deserve a reboot. Like, people were saying that, you know, outright. Bleach, you don't hear that very often. You just hear people just bash it. Like, oh, it's such a bad anime. Oh, it's such a bad manga. Like, da-da-da-da. There were so many fillers. But no one's ever saying, hey, maybe if they did a reboot, maybe it would actually be better. Because it's not like the manga sucks. It's just the anime sucks. And if that's the case, then there should be a reboot so that, you know, Bleach lovers could actually, you know, continue loving Bleach. Like, the characters are amazing in Bleach. The only character that I hated, and I'm sure you can guess which character it is Orihime. Like, I don't like Orihime. I don't like her. Bash me all you want. Like, oh, Orihime. Oh my god. Yo, I don't. I just realized earlier I said Mikasa, but I meant Rukia. Lord Jesus. I mix up all the animes in my head. Sorry about that. I just caught on. Like, I just thought about it and I was just like, wait. I said Mikasa. That is very much Attack on Titan. That's not, okay. We're gonna put this in my mouth now because I need to stop talking. Oh my god. I can't believe I made such a mistake, but it's me. I did warn you. Me and names, like, I have the pictures of the people in my head. But the names, even with me rehearsing, me, like, having a script, I will still mess up people's names. I don't have a script today. I should have, as always, you know, maybe written out people's names so I can remember. But it will slowly get back to me when I talk about it. And if not, I'll just describe them. And then most likely pop a picture and the name so you can know who I'm talking about. Beauty of editing. Beauty. Yup. So where was I? Oh yeah. My hate for Orihime. It's ironic because my favorite anime character, like female character of pretty much all time, is in the same exact anime with my very least favorite anime character that has existed. She is on same par as Liz from Seven Deadly Sins. Like, she's really on that level for me. Like, how much I want to destroy them both. We're not gonna go down that road. Like, I think I will do a separate mukbang or just a separate video just talking about anime women that I like, anime female characters that I despise, like, that I just feel like should be omitted. Ugh. Orihime is definitely top 5 of that list. Like, I hate her character. Like, I hate, like, her whole character dynamic. It's just like, it's almost like she gives off this sad girl feel. Like, I hate that. Like, I can't do anything. I'm powerless. I'm like, ugh. Like, the whole time, she really irritated me because it was just like, first of all, she was always poking her head where she didn't necessarily belong. Like, it was always like that. Ichigo was Ichigo was going through, when he was going through soul reaping, all of that jazz. And every time he would always keep her at like a arm's length distance to keep her safe. She will always keep barging in to be like, no, I want to help you. But you're powerless. So how are you going to help him? If instead you're getting yourself in so much mess and having him have to clean up after you every single time. That's frustrating. Like, I would not know what to do with you. Like, I would really want to put you on another planet and say, just stay there. Like, she legitimately was doing that for majority of the anime, manga. Like, that was pretty much her aesthetic. To barge in and get herself in mess every single time. And I hate characters like that, with that kind of, that personality. Like, I can understand if you're bent on helping, but you actually do something of substance. Yeah, you make mistakes, but you do something of substance anyway. Like, for her, majority of the time, she was just making mistakes. And she wasn't learning from them. Like, she would continue doing it. And then whenever things didn't work out, she's like, I wish there was something I could do for Ichigo. I wish there was something for... I'm like, girl, just sit in your corner and let him breathe. Like, that's what Rukia did. That's what every other character that, really wanted to see him thrive, they let him be, because they realized that for Ichigo, he was more of a solitude type guy. He has to look within himself to grow. You can't really do anything to help people like that. All you have to do, like, literally, you have to just be there when they, just be there. Like, if they turn to you and ask a question, answer truthfully. Like, be there. Just be moral support from the sidelines. Like, you can't do anything physically to help make his journey any better. Like, it just wasn't. It's not that type of journey at all. So, she just got on my nerves because of that. Like, she just really, really irked me. Because she just... I don't want to say she was powerless, but the thing is, she made it look like, she made being powerless look bad. Like, and here's what I mean by that. Like, you can be powerless, but still powerful. You know what I mean? So, there are a lot of characters, especially nowadays, where they portray themselves as weak. Like, they are, like, in a sense, weaker characters because they might not know how to fight. They might not know how to do certain things that, their counterparts know how to do. But they are good at something. You see what I mean? Like, 9 times out of 10, they are good at something that actually is substantial to the character plot to help out whoever the protagonist or the group of people that needs help. That's how it is nowadays. I feel like nowadays characters, especially female characters, have become has more like a feminist kind of mindset, and I kind of prefer it that way because I hate the damsel in distress kind of mentality. Like, a female can find a way out of the situation too. Like, I just hate that whole, oh, come and save me, oh my god. But then the thing that gets me tight is that the female, 9 times out of 10 in that, put themselves in that position. Like, they went out their way to put themselves in a position to get hurt. And for the shows or the animes, it doesn't matter, where, the female just gets picked on, I feel bad because you guys are like the minority. Majority of the time, the female didn't listen to whoever, the superhero or whoever told her, don't go here, don't go there. You're not strong, so why are you going to put yourself in a position where you get caught and get hurt? That is why I don't like Orihime. And it's ironic because it's like, you got Orihime and then you got Yoriichi, who is literally like beating up everybody. She went against the Soul Society. Like, legitimately, you got an OG, and she was watching this OG the whole time. And you mean to tell me you didn't pick up anything? You didn't, like, grasp anything from her? Like, Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you. Lucy from Fairy Tail was kind of almost on the same level as her for me. Like, she was gonna be my top, like, she was within the top 5 for me of female characters legitimately that I very much dislike. But she kind of, with this new season, which a lot of people I never read Fairy Tail manga, like, I'm dying. I read it, but I didn't read, like, the recent, I'm not really recent with it. So, ever since, like, the show kind of, like, dissipated, I just, I stopped reading and getting into Fairy Tail. So when now the last season is here, I heard, before the last season was even, like, talked about, a lot of people were talking about how Lucy has matured within the manga. And I was just like, I didn't believe them. I was just like, she's still gonna be, I don't like that girl. Like, she's always weak. She always got Natsu all over her. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm sure she got some kind of power. Like, she has zodiac keys. Like, she should be she's got celestial power. Why is it so hard for her to be able to beat some people up without getting herself hurt in the process? Like, she was another one. Like, I couldn't stand it, and she was always crying. She was I really, like, she no, okay, like, no. That's literally how I felt about her. And now that I'm, like, actually watching the last season and I'm actually seeing her be able to fight without having help. Like, I literally did a small clap, like, slow clap, watching her within, I think, the second episode. And I was just like, she's fighting for herself. Her powers have elevated. Oh my god, like, I cannot hate you anymore. You can fight for yourself. You can fend for yourself. Finally, like, legitimately, that didn't happen for Orihime for me, so, I mean, after all that, like, even with her gaining powers, I was just like, you're still a weakling to me. I just can't like you. Like, I mean, you're sweet, yeah, but I just can't like you. Who's my favorite character? I kind of went over that. Well, female character. My favorite character, honestly, is Ichigo. Like, I can't help it. Like, the main character. Usually, believe it or not, like, when I watch a show, the main character is not really my favorite. But in this case purpose, Ichigo was always my favorite. Mainly because he has this perseverance, He's more of a solitudist, I would say. And I think that's maybe why I like him so much, is because, he's a character who, he's always in solitude. Like, he keeps himself in solitude. But because of, like, even with doing that, he still stands out. Like, can you imagine that? Like, all throughout the anime, even in the manga, like, no matter what he did, he could be in the corner, he could be somewhere, like, everyone always noticed his presence, even though he wouldn't say much. And I think I kind of, like, I understand that feeling, because it happens to me. Like, I would do everything in my power not to stand out, and no matter what happens, even with me not doing anything to stand out, people still notice me. And it's just like, great. I really was trying to stay in my corner, read my book, live my life the way that I want to, and I just can't. Like, great, cool. So that's how, like, I feel like that's where I associated with him. Like, the fact that, he was always picked on for being different, I associated with that wholesomely, because that was me too. And the way that, he started, retaliating is in similar ways of how I retaliated. Yeah, I didn't really get beat up, like, become a gangster like him, but, I was super rude to people when they decided to be super rude to me. Like, his defense mechanism was similar to mine, And I just loved the fact that he was super just but like everyone had this persona of what he was. Like they created this persona of who he was, and what he really was, like who he really was totally different, you know? Like, yeah, he was rough around the edges, yes, that's true. But in reality, he was also way more than that. Like, he legitimately was a super sweet guy who, you know, loves to protect his family. And, you know, I just feel like he was a deeper character than a lot of, like, that even his character, like, even his fellow characters didn't even know, you know? And I think that's what I love about him. And his ability to just pick up himself when he falls, you know? A lot of people said they hate his character because of how weak he is, because of the fact that, like, oh, whenever he fails at fighting, or he fails at fighting a specific boss, he gets all depressed, and, you know, that makes him weak. And I was just like, but that makes him human. I think the reason why I love Ichigo is because out of many, you know, superhero, like, you know, not superhero, but like protagonist characters who always have, like, they always win every fight, you know, that's not realistic. Like, the fact that, you know, the reason why I liked Ichigo was because of the fact that he really was human. Like, whenever he fought someone that he couldn't fight and he would get all depressed about it, that's something we would do. Like, if there was a situation that we couldn't get out of, or we felt like we were stuck in, a lot of us would have been like him, huddled in some corner, crying ourselves to sleep, pretending like it's not happening. Like, we would do that. That's what makes us human. And I guess that's maybe why I liked Ichigo, because he was a human character. So, yeah, he would grovel to himself and maybe, you know, be a little sombering mess or anything like that. But the fact that he was always able to pick himself up and come back and fight and find a way to actually push past his barriers proves how much of a human being he is and what we're capable of. There's a moral behind that. And I'm sure a lot of people miss that, which is insane. Like, that's what made Ichigo's character special. Rukia, who was born to be the perfect person, like the perfect Soul Reaper, like, she couldn't understand Ichigo's character either, because she wasn't born to be necessarily human. She was born to be a Soul Reaper, someone without feelings, someone with, you know, that kind of... Oh, I wet this so it's breaking. Someone to kill Hollows for the rest of her life. Like, she at first couldn't understand the reason, like, couldn't understand his, like, depression. She couldn't understand, like, why he went about doing things the way that he did. And that's because she wasn't used to it. All the people around her never showed weakness. But Ichigo wasn't afraid to show that. And I think that's really why I really, really like his character. Is because he made it possible to show weakness and still show strength, you know? So, he is my favorite character out of Bleach. Fight me on it. Fight me on it. Second to Yoruichi would have to be the guy with the striped hat. I can't remember his name right now. Yoruichi's practical husband that, you know, her practical husband, because he is, like, I didn't, like, their relationship is so interesting. It's just like, really now? I mean, they're close, yes, but in my head, I'm wondering, when are they gonna get married? Because legitimately, that's when I'm waiting for the wedding bells, like, honestly, I stopped reading Bleach for a good bit, so I don't even remember what volume I'm on. I'll figure it out one day. But, so, there might be a few volumes that I haven't read yet, but I will eventually one day get to. But yeah, so that's pretty much my take on Bleach. Like, it's an underrated anime. It really is. It doesn't get as much clout as it deserves. Should it get a reboot? Absolutely, because it deserves a reboot, because the manga is that good that it should be a reboot with less fillers, please. Like, if it didn't have so many fillers, I feel like it would have succeeded a little bit better. But because it had a whole storyline that was a complete filler, and then they rushed pretty much the ending, which didn't even end properly because it just had left every person that I'm sure that watched it with full of questions. Like, is that Ichigo's last transformation? Which it isn't, by the way. Just spoiler alert if you haven't watched Bleach. Like, when you get to the end of it, that is not his last transformation. Just FYI, the whole world knows it. Like, it's frustrating that it never got any further than where it ended. And it deserves that much. Like, if One Piece could continue going on with its 25 minutes, technically 10 minutes, 15-minute episodes, why couldn't Bleach have a reboot enough for us to get to see Ichigo in his real, like, flying Soul Reaper glory? Like, why not? Why couldn't it last long enough for people to find out what is the secret behind Ichigo's family? Like, why could it go that far? Can someone explain? Like, why did it end so early? Like, there should have been a reason for that. Like, Bleach is one of the, like, I don't want to say the oldest animes, but, like, it's one of the more popular ones. But it should have been loved on a little bit more than it did. So, yeah. That's my take on it. I kind of finished my sushi quite a long time ago. I mean, I have another pack, but I'm full. It's done. It's a done deal. I'm very much full. I can't eat another. I can't. So, yeah. So, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I'm going to have to do a few bits of editing because it's like 43 minutes long. Well, it's more like an hour long because I had a beginning before. But yeah, so like and subscribe. I realize I really need to work on my beginnings. I say, hi guys, Samaya Jumps here. And I never say, if you haven't been to my channel, welcome. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Let's get into the video kind of thing. I forget. So I will try and do that for the next video. I will try and remember. So yeah, if you have any more like anime ideas or any like anime discussions that you would like me to talk about, definitely put it in the comments below so that I can read it, so that I can like it, so that I can tell you if it's A1 or not. I most likely wouldn't say that, but I most likely would just be like, okay, cool, or like be like, I could try and do something like that. I like getting ideas, so it would be great to get some ideas from you guys. So yeah, so this one was fun. Oh yeah, tell me your opinions on pretty much Bleach. Did you think it was a hit or miss? If it was a miss, would you watch a reboot? Yes, if you would watch a reboot of Bleach. Let me know in the comments. So yeah, so as I end every video, because it's my thing, stay cool, stay classy, and as always, stay jumpsy. Be the best be the best gem that you can be, because no one knows you better than you. Bye guys.